It definitely brings me peace when I'm here. I've been here at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, in the dark, and I just talked to her.
A memorial stands just blocks from the apartment where 14-year-old Treysuhr Carter lived with her family, a nearby reminder of the mystery that remains. Months after police closed her case, labeling it an accident, her loved ones still wonder what really happened on this Northeast Austin road at dusk that day last December. And is a killer still out there?
Black, white. Black female. Looks like her name's gonna be Treysuhr Carter, T-R-E-Y. She's not breathing right now.
This is a classic whodunit.
911, do you need an ambulance?
Ambulance, yeah.
So it was really dark. We were just headed out to get a bite to eat, and I saw something in the road. Oh my gosh, that's a person.
Hi, we just found a body on the side of the road. I think she was either hit by a car or something.
I figured she was a teenager, and she was laying on her, about right here, I'd say, like on her back, face up.
Okay, and are they awake? Her eyes are open, but she's not responsive.
I, of course, called 911 immediately, and I performed CPR waiting for the paramedics to arrive.
I'm going to tell you how to do chest compressions.
Okay, all right.
Count with me. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
What did you think had happened?
It was a little kid that got hit by something, struck, tossed up in the air. Something hit her.
1, 2, 3, 4.
At first glance, you see a body, you see a scooter, you see shoes scattered.
The paramedics are here.
Thank you.
Okay.
She's been hit. I don't see any way else to explain it.
So what happened?
She felt warm, so I'm guessing that whatever happened may have just happened.
We have a vehicular homicide detective coming.
Okay.
Just because he's working backfill, and they're the ones that are responsible for investigating crashes with serious bodily injury or death.
Why was the case of Treysuhr Carter late last year assigned to this unit?
So one of our investigators with vehicular homicide, he heard about it and he figured he would go over and assist. And as it looked like the victim was not going to survive her injuries, we went ahead and transferred it over to the vehicular homicide unit at that time.
We have heard that this case was initially considered a hit and run. Why?
Initially, when our officers responded,
Weird, dude. Super weird.
they weren't exactly clear on what was going on.
I don't know if she got hit or if she just fell. What if she just got dumped?
So there was a lot of confusion initially.
We're just having a little bit of trouble figuring out if this was actually a crash or not. I'd rather treat it like a crash. I think you have to until proven otherwise. All right.
Just title it, fail to stop running raid for now.
Okay.
I'll assign to it. And then
43. We're going to treat it like a crash.
Or EMS and fire put out that it was a hit and run, even though we had no information to indicate that at the time. It really should have been the police department assessing the scene to determine if an actual crime had been committed before putting out that it had been a hit and run.
We asked and were told no records exist showing who actually made the initial call to label this a hit and run. It's not even clear in the body camera footage from that night. What we did see in that video, though, potential key evidence at the scene we later learned police left behind.
When we went out the next day, remember, we were picking up these things that was found around where Treysuhr got hit.
This is what she was. I think that's probably hers too, because that looks very new. That looks like a do-rag.
I found her do-rag down the street from where her body was found. We wasn't quite sure if somebody threw that out. As you can see, it's beer cans and liquor kind of stuff here. If it's a fingerprint on here, then we could give that to them and then they can analyze it.
What's that?
scooter right here.
We went back to get her scooter, but by that time, now her scooter is gone.
The scooter that Treysuhr was riding was left at the scene, and then the next day it disappeared.
My investigator responded to look at the scene. He indicated to the patrol officers that they should probably go ahead and seize the scooter. even though he wasn't sure if it was involved, but that should have been done at a minimum.
Yeah, I saw it. It's like a little push scooter or something.
But for whatever reason, it was not seized at that time as evidence.
Dude, I think she got hit by a car intentionally. What? Scooter was here. Her body was back by the fire truck.
You know, certainly in my experience, sometimes things are missed initially that should have been done. You know, it's part of police work, unfortunately.
Why haven't you given any of this stuff to the police?
I haven't given any of this to them because from the beginning, they were not being trustworthy. It wasn't important, her scooter, at all.
You don't think so? No.
The vehicular homicide detective at the scene even wrote in the police report the scooter did not seem related to the collision. Still, APD told us in our interview it addressed officers' oversight for failing to pick up the still missing scooter as evidence, but at that time, it had not disciplined anyone involved. The report also notes the location of the scooter along the road where I'm standing. Treysuhr's body up to 40 feet south, where you see the first orange cone, and then her shoes up to another 50 feet south, where you see the second orange cone. That means evidence was possibly scattered up to 90 feet across the scene. Her family and medical experts we found say that leaves further doubt this was just an accidental fall, especially when you see the list of injuries she suffered detailed in hospital and autopsy records we obtained.
We feel as a family, the police dropped the ball on her. For them to leave Treysuhr's push scooter there, you know, that's evidence. She was a 14-year-old child that was all about life, living life, making everybody laugh, making everybody smile.
I'm Treysuhr's older sister. We were a 6-year age gap, very, very close. I mean, always putting a smile on everyone's face, very bubbly, very energetic, football as well.
Yes, oh my God.
She was actually on the football team at her school.
Look at Treysuhr. Look at Treysuhr.
Basketball was definitely her passion.
Basketball Offensive Player of the Year. Basketball here. All the students at the school signed her basketball.
I was her basketball coach for 2 years. I remember the last game that she had played, the varsity coaches from Wise had came over. And when she was done playing her basketball game, she goes over and says, "Hello, I'm Treysuhr Carter. You know, I'm ready to play basketball for you guys." You know, just already manifesting that she's gonna be on that varsity level because that's where she was headed.
Yes, come on, Treysuhr! On December 30th, we were here at home. My mom, she received a phone call saying, you know, "We think we have your baby here in the hospital." I just hear my mom, you know, scream, "My baby got hit," and rush to the hospital. We get there, you know, they're telling us that my sister's brain dead.
One of my students' moms had called me and she was telling me that Treysuhr had been hit. I was just like, wait, what happened? You know, and just in the back of my mind, as a coach, you know, my job is to make sure that my children are protected. You know what I mean? I call them my children because that's how much it means to me. And just to hear that, can I pause real quick?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Take your time.
All right.
Is there any like indicators, like trauma on her body that she's got scratches?
But they said that there was road rash on her back, like from here down.
APD told us the injuries listed in the autopsy were consistent with a scooter fall. How do you determine that?
Well, that's up to the medical examiner's office. So they look at the victim and determine that based on the injuries, what is the likely cause of those injuries.
EMS is saying it looked like she got hit pretty hard because she was knocked out of her shoes.
What's that usually indicative of?
She had way too many injuries to just fall off of a scooter. Like, it just didn't make sense.
I do have the autopsy here. It lists the injuries as being, you know, a traumatic brain injury, a neck fracture, a broken leg. Do those injuries to you sound like an accidental death?
So depending on, you know, if someone's fallen from something.
I think just by the trajectory, I think she was hit by, that's not a fall, I think she was hit by a car.
Based on what I saw of the scene itself, yes, it is absolutely, and my own experiences with death investigations and blunt force trauma cases, it's absolutely feasible. We're not going to argue with the medical examiner as far as their findings on injuries. If she had come back and said, oh, there's no way this could have happened from a fall, then, you know, we would absolutely take her at her word.
We learned the detective in this case has since resigned, we're told for unrelated reasons. But before that, in his report after Treysuhr died, he told the Emmy's office he saw a lack of evidence at the scene and that he believes she accidentally fell off her scooter. He then notes that Emmy agreed with that assessment and the autopsy was finalized the very next day. The Emmy's office tells us that was based on the information available at the time. It didn't include much of what was completed and we obtained in the months to follow. The police report, body camera video, and the opinion of several independent forensic pathologists who reviewed the evidence and came to a very different conclusion.
All right, we're recording now.
Okay.
Do you believe this was an accidental death?
So I can easily conclude that it is impossible, physically, biologically, mechanically impossible.
What stood out to you in the autopsy report?
She had injury of the head, the neck, abdomen, and one of her leg. So there's impossible. The cause of death was fall from the scooter.
The medical examiner did not do a full autopsy, only an external examination.
Without the full autopsy, you cannot tell the extension of the lacerations of the liver and all the stomach, which should give you some evidence of the direction of the driving. They'll lose a lot of evidence.
We recently shared those expert opinions and our findings with the ME, and as a result, within days, it reevaluated the case, still listing it as an accident, but the amended autopsy report updates a key point, now saying a motor vehicle was most likely involved. And with more information, the manner of death, accident, may also be amended. Police have told us they're now reviewing the Emmy's new report and will determine potential next steps with the case soon. What would it take for APD to take another look at this case?
Any new viable, credible information that a vehicle was actually involved in the incident.
We've knocked on doors around here. We've gotten emails, which were very detailed, where a lady that lives over here said she know who did it. Nothing.
Not one response?
Not one response, no nothing.
The family says it has gone door to door in the neighborhood and asked neighbors about what happened. Some of them have suggested that they know who the driver is, and the family says that it shared those leads with police. Have police followed up on those leads?
If we receive any viable lead, police will follow up on any viable lead.
So again, did police follow up with those leads?
I'm unaware of any leads that were provided that were viable regarding a possible driver in this case.
This is one of the first flyers I put up while Treysuhr was still in the hospital. I was just trying to get help from anybody, anywhere. So we started with this flyer. Mom would never give up on you. I don't care what it takes. I'll be here, and I'm gonna see this to the end.
An update tonight to our fatal fall investigation. As Austin police tell us, detectives are now reviewing the case of Treysuhr Carter after our questions. APD initially determined the 14-year-old girl fell from her push scooter on a road just blocks from her home and later died. They closed the case as an accident, but the family has always believed a car hit Treysuhr because she had severe injuries like a broken neck and brain bleeding. We discovered police failed to collect key evidence in the case, like Treysuhr's scooter, and did not follow up on potential leads suggesting a driver was involved. The medical examiner reviewed our findings, including body camera video and expert opinions, and within days, the Emmy amended Treysuhr's autopsy, now saying a motor vehicle was most likely involved. Because of that, police now tell us detectives are reviewing the case to see what, if any, additional analysis, investigation, or testing may provide a clearer picture as to what happened in this incident. Her mother tells us this update gives her hope. We know these are different detectives than the one who originally led this case. He has since resigned, and new records we obtained show he did that within days of us first asking APD about this case. On his separation form, he said he left APD to pursue opportunities outside of law enforcement. We'll keep you updated on any new developments as we've requested and are awaiting additional information from APD about this case.